Yeah, what's good, people? Team sheet news right now. A lot of traffic on the way to the Emirates Stadium today. Socrates is suffering an illness. We've got Aubameyang who's suspended. Nelson has a hamstring injury. And there's a thigh strain for Klasnach. So we have to fill in a few gaps here. So in comes Mustafi at centre-back. Oh my God. Just exactly what I was talking about in my earlier video. But in comes Mustafi. Rob Holding is on the bench though. So yeah, I'm not really sure where I would have gone with that. I probably would have given Rob Holding the chance for him to shine because he needs a good game. He needs those minutes. And this game would have provided him some support from the home crowd. Crowd today I know is going to be fantastic yet again. But it would have been exactly what Rob Holding would have needed. So I'm not really sure whether I would agree with that. However, Martinelli is the guy who comes in, an informed player who can play anywhere across the front line. Seems he's been preferred to Ceballos at the moment. So it'd be very interesting to see where they go with that. No doubt that we probably will see Ceballos today. The fact that we've been short, so the bench is quite healthy. However, Saka comes in at left back, and so we've got that to help to facilitate the attack on the left hand side where Martinelli is going to be. So two 18-year-old players on that left side is going to be providing a lot of press, a lot of energy, and that's really going to help them in the face of what we're going to have today. It's not going to be an easy game, but I'm still going to go with 1-0 to Arsenal. So that's where we've got it, guys. We've got Leno in goal, we've got Saka left back, we've got Mustafi and Luiz at centre back, Maitland-Niles, who's been rock solid, not even giving him under a score of 7 in the last 3 or 4 games. He's at right back. We got Torreira and Xhaka holding midfielders, and then we've got Ozil at the number 10, in Martinelli, Lacazette up front, and it's going to be Pepe as well. So looking for a big game from Pepe today. But most importantly, key man for me today is Lacazette. A man only scores when he's in the Emirates Stadium. I've talked about it so many times. 12 of his last 13 goals have come from inside the Emirates. I'm expecting him to get on the score sheet today. Don't really know how they're going to play. I think they're going to play it the same way. It's just that Martinelli is going to pick up that role and on the left. And I think that he's going to get a lot of supply. The difference is can Lacazette hit the target? He's been very poor with his footwork. He's been very poor with his finishing, and his shots have just gone nowhere. So for me, that's the real important issue today. It's can Lacazette hit the target? Can he be that point man who you can depend on to get you goals? Because he's not been very dependable from a goal standpoint. But his hard work, pressing, he's holding on to the ball has been as good as any in the Premier League at this point in time. It's just that the goals are missing, and as a goal scorer, you're judged on your goals. He's assisted there. He's definitely creating a lot. But right now, we'd like to see him step up and do something which Aubameyang has been loyally been doing, which Aubameyang has been so good at doing over the last few months and this season as a whole. So that's where it is, guys. I'm going to park the car now. We're only about half an hour away to kick off, so I'll speak to you guys at half time. I'm still going for Arsenal 1, Sheffield 0. And I'll speak to you guys later. Hell to the Redskins. Big shout out to Redskins Nation, by the way. Speak to you soon, man. Peace. Boy, did you guys see that Spurs-Watford game? My God, we're talking millimeters there. We're talking a blade of grass. And actually, you know what? Spurs could have lost the game. It was a good penalty save. Troy Deeney has got to put that one away, though. But it just makes you understand how thin these lines of error are. You know, Wolves and Spurs are on 31 points and Arsenal's on 28 points. And look how much games we've thrown away. We have drawn 10 games. No team has drawn more than Arsenal. In fact, only Wolves have drawn the same amount of games. And it just goes to show you how thin these lines of error are. Arsenal could well be massively up the table had a few things not gone wrong. Even last week, where Pepe had the shot, which was just fingertipped onto the post in the last stages of the game. Little tiny things like that, guys, is the slim margins that we're talking about, which makes today's game so important. I mean, look, man, you know, Sheffield have lost the same amount of games as we have, you know, in terms of being 6. So it's not like rocket science. We just have to fight for the result, man. We just got to fight for the result. Back your team! Anyway, listen, catch up with you guys at half time. Okay, guys, we got Arsenal 1, Sheffield United 0, and I don't even know what to say as far as the performance. The performance hasn't been great. I think the thing that Arsenal fans are looking for is that first half performance against Chelsea and Man United. That's the type of intensity that will jump out and scare teams, where you just see the team working really hard. Today, we haven't worked hard. We've got to be honest about it, guys. We've been labouring for most of the half. Players are just, the movement's poor. No one's been open to receive the ball. You've had a few spurts here and there from Martinelli, and especially Pepe, but not really anything that's clicking together. And really what it is Sheffield United are playing like a team that's in 6th place. You've got to give them credit for the way how they're shutting the passing lanes off from Arsenal, and you've got to give them credit in terms of the way that they're set up. It's making it very difficult for this Arsenal team without their leading goal scorer to actually come in and get something going. And we are our worst enemies here because, as I said, the movement's been really poor. Pepe is too isolated out on the right. He needs to really make them darting runs behind the defence and try and become more of an option on the back line, and we're not really seeing that. And Pepe really needs to get more involved by coming in and supporting Lacazette into the middle rather than really just standing on the right, doing nothing and waiting to receive the ball. But again, he's a little too isolated, and the goal actually came from the fact that he got more support from Saka. Saka's on the left, beats 2 defenders, gets the ball into the middle, nice little chip, floated chip, just away from the goalkeeper, and Martinelli makes that late run into the box, which we talked about midfielders need to do in order to support the strikers more. Martinelli was that guy. He comes in late, gets a tap on it, and it goes in 1-0. The goal comes from nowhere, to be honest, right on the stroke of half-time, and it's hard to say Arsenal deserved it, but this, I think, is going to be a good thing because Sheffield United, as I said, they are a really well-balanced team, and I think for them, this is going to take them out of their comfort zone. They don't commit too many men forward, and I think them playing the way they are in the second half is going to give Arsenal more opportunities. They're just not a team that will come out at you offensively, so we're going to see what Sheffield United is going to do in the second half. Remember, guys, they've lost 2 out of their last 3 games, although they are in 6th place. They're going through a bit of a stretch at the moment, so it'd be interesting to see where the manager tactically puts Sheffield United, whether they're going to come at Arsenal. As for Arsenal, the only thing I could see Arteta doing is changing it, probably taking out Xhaka and putting in Dani Ceballos. We've got no support for the crowded midfield that Sheffield United are creating. They're really clogging the lanes, at times 5 men in the midfield, and they're making it very hard for the likes of Ozil to receive the ball, or even Lacazette. So I think that that's the only thing that we can do to change that. So don't be shocked if you see Ceballos or maybe even Guendouzi come on. But out of the 2 holding midfielders, one of them has to get further up the pitch and provide more support for the front line. I'm going to leave it there, guys. Speak to you at full time. Peace. Okay, guys, Arsenal draw 1-1 with Sheffield United. And listen, we really did not deserve to draw that game. I thought we did enough to come out there and win it. But it was Crystal Palace all over again. 82nd minute, a ball comes in to Fleck, and he hits it down on the ground. It looks like it takes a slight deflection, and it goes over Leno. It really undeserved. And listen, guys, let's be clear about this. This game was an uphill battle for Arsenal to begin with. We know straight away that Sheffield United has been a good, solid team. They're 6th in the league. And Arsenal's winning record has not been great over a time. 2 wins in their last 13. And we just wanted to get some fortification and a positive result at home, which used to be a fortress for us. And unfortunately, Arteta saw all the signs. He really did see that we were dominating the second half and that we were starting to get overrun. If you look actually a couple of minutes before the goal went in, he had warmed up Guendouzi and was about to put him on the field. Now, what he was trying to do there, he was trying to facilitate a 3 holding man midfield, and had he had done that, what would have happened was he would have been able to have Xhaka, Torreira and Guendouzi holding the fort, protecting the back 4, and maybe that goal doesn't go in. And I think Arteta saw the signs. Unfortunately, when the goal went in, it was too late, and then Guendouzi went and sat back down. But you could see that he saw that things were changing and we were getting overrun, and he was going to facilitate some kind of change in order to stop that. It didn't happen. It was too late, and then we ended up getting punished. Look, we didn't deserve to lose this game, but in certain ways we kind of really didn't deserve to win it. The first half was poor. In the second half we were dominating, but our final ball was so bad. I mean, so many times balls was coming through and players were either not making the runs to get on the end of anything, or the ball was just being played too far. Many times, whether it was Xhaka, Torreira or Ozil or even Martinelli, was just playing that final ball into Pepe and into Lacazette, where it was just too much on the ball and it would just run out of play. And things like that just tell you that we're still a team that has no confidence. It's still a team that is lacking that final quality, and we're trying to do all of this without our leading top scorer in Aubameyang, and that just goes to show how tough it was today. And really, I thought that they acquitted themselves well, not as good as I thought that they could have. They definitely didn't work as hard as they could have in this game. Look guys, this is Sheffield United. They're sixth in the league. They're a well-oiled machine, like many Premiership teams are. They don't have much weaknesses, and we could see that today. It was very hard for us to get through them as a team. It was very difficult to make something happen against them as well. They really knew what they were doing in terms of closing us down. For me, I think the man of the match has probably got to go to Saka. I thought he was fantastic on the left. I thought he linked up well with Martinelli. He done well to provide the goal. If you take out that one instance, we weren't really dangerous at all. And even when we were starting to pile up pressure in the second half, Saka again was a big part of that, along with Martinelli. That's just the way it is, guys. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. We have to take this one on the chin. It's another heartbreak at the end of the game. And that's it. All right, guys, all the best. Like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll speak to you guys later. Peace out.